Welcome. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. My name is Nada St. Germain, and tonight we're going to be focusing on healthy and safe detox, weight management, how to keep your body in a fat burning zone, but still being able to enjoy, some of the, I like to say, sometimes foods, right? Foods that we shouldn't be eating every single day. So I'm really, really happy to share that, Neolife has amazing products and solutions and products to just really help to fill the gap as to what's missing in our diet. And it has been a journey for me because I was introduced to Neolife over 33 years ago. And I have to say that, when I was first looking at the company, it wasn't really for me. I was struggling with my health. I was working as a police officer in the city and just really tired and had allergies and some joint pain, but I was more concerned about my mom. She was really struggling with a lot of pain through her whole body, and she was trying so many different things that didn't work. And that's why when a neighbor and a dear friend came to me and asked me if I wanted to try these vitamins from this company, I flat out said no. I really didn't have a lot of faith in the air of supplementation, but there was something different. And my neighbor said to me, all Flo said to me was, Nada, do you want to just try it with me? This company is different. And I decided that I would have somebody come to my home, explain the products, especially the Neolife difference. And I was really impressed with the science and the quality and the purity and some of the studies that they talked about. So we just said, okay, let's give it a try. And again, it's been 33 years. So blessed, so grateful. My mom is going to be 80. And I like to say she's aging gracefully. She's physically active. She has a garden where she does everything herself. So it's been incredible just to watch her aging gracefully. And I myself, I feel younger in my late 50s than I did when I was in my 20s and 30s. I've always been very active, but I'm actually more active now. I work out more, and I'm stronger, which is very unusual as you age, because usually you tend to get weaker. And I know it's the good nutrition and the balance of the proper foods that we're going to be talking about tonight. And especially if you want to reach optimal health. I mean, we have products that just make you feel better, have more energy, maybe shed a few pounds. But for those of you that want to reach optimal health, there's a lot we can do, especially to fill the gaps as to what's missing in our diet. But let's talk about our detox, because this is it's something that I do about every 3 or 4 months, and many of us have had great success on it. And when you look at our food, because you are what you eat, right? Every 28 days, your skin replaces itself. Your liver, 5 months. Your bones, 10 years. Your body makes these new cells from food you eat. So what you eat literally becomes you. So you have a choice in what you're made of. So that's why it's so important before you put into your mouth and what's going to go into your body, you're going to have to really, think clear as how is this going to affect my body, especially down the road as we age. But let's talk about our gut, because it all starts in our gut, right? If your gut isn't healthy, you're not healthy. And there's 10 things that can cause internal garbage: eating refined white flour and sugary foods, being dehydrated, too much coffee and alcohol, and lack of pure water, consumption of trans fat. So a lot of your seed oils are not good for you. Lack of omega-3 fats in the diet, lack of anti-inflammatory foods in the diet, smoking, stress, lack of exercise, repetitive use of antibiotics, and poor sleeping patterns. So these are all the things that can really cause trouble. And elimination. What is elimination? Well, elimination is the process of eliminating waste that from the body, detoxification, and all waste products of metabolism are toxic to the body. Constipation is worse than starvation. Okay. You want to make sure that the body is getting rid of toxins naturally. So where do these toxins come from? Well, in addition to metabolism, toxins are coming from our environment, our lifestyle, and toxins need to be eliminated in order to maintain our health. And we're exposed to toxins in our air, in our water, through our skin, medications, food, caffeine, refined sugars, aspartame, pesticides. So we have a solution, our healthy 3-day detox. Um, it does include 4 products to help you cleanse, energize the healthy way. And what it does, it really assists the body's natural ability to eliminate waste and toxins, to reestablish that healthy probiotic community, and jumpstart to a healthier lifestyle. A lot of people like to do the 3-day detox before they actually dive into their weight loss system or the weight loss journey, or even halfway through their weight loss journey. Let's say they've started their weight loss journey and they just kind of need another reset. They can do another one in the middle of their weight loss system as well. Reset digestive tract or a fresh start for weight loss or fitness challenge. So this is what the kit looks like. And it has, it's only 2 steps, just 3 days, and then you're followed with proven probiotics. So these are the products that come in the pack, in the kit, but they come in like little packets, okay? The herbal laxative called Neolax is formulated with 8 different herbs, and they work synergistically, natural cleansing, okay? Gentle elimination, and it encourages normal bowel function, pure, mild herbal cleanse, and it's non-habit forming because a lot of laxatives, you tend to your body tends to need it and continue to want it, whereas this is something that's completely natural and non-habit forming. And the garlic, it supports digestive health and heart health, natural antimicrobial, and what that means is it gets rid of all the bad stuff. Okay, it's like a detoxifier, and it's target delivered, enteric coated, and it bypasses the stomach acid and gets to where it needs to get to kill some of that bad bacteria. So it's like a natural antibiotic. And then we have Betagard. Betagard, it is a detoxifier. It was developed by the world's renowned toxicologist, cancer researcher, and our scientific advisory board founding member, Dr. Arthur First. He is one of the top cancer researchers, top toxicologist in the world, and he developed this product to help detoxify harmful agents naturally. And it has vitamins and minerals and carotenoids and amino acid chelation, and all that means is it goes into the cells and pulls out all the stuff that shouldn't be there, okay? And then you're putting in this good probiotic for that gastrointestinal balance. And one of these acidophilus tablets is like eating 10 containers of yogurt, just for whole food derived, incredible value. And it's gel guard protected as well. It has a special coating that bypasses the stomach acid. Again, it releases high potency active cultures in the lower intestine to support digestive balance. And then you end off with our protein shake on day 3. It's a complete protein because when you're doing your detox, we're going to go through what you're going to be eating. You don't have any protein for the first 2 days. You really look forward to this protein shake on day 3. And they also include a couple of sticks of the tea, Neolife tea. Now, 1 stick makes 2 cups. So don't make the mistake of dumping a whole packet in a cup because it can be quite strong. And you can either have it hot or cold. I like it cold and some people like it hot. So it's just a great, has adaptogen herbs, has the energy because when you're detoxing, sometimes you feel like you could be dragging a little bit, especially day 2. So this is something that you can have as an afternoon kind of pick me up, or replace it for your coffee. You can have it in the morning as well. So this is what the tablets look like when they come in this little Tetra packs. Day 1 and day 2, you have AM, PM, and you only eat fresh fruits and vegetables, raw or lightly steamed, and no bananas. And you're drinking 12 to 16 ounces of liquids every 2 hours. Neolife tea is recommended at least once a day for energy. And then you have day 3, where you introduce your protein shake, and you take some antioxidants and you put in good bacteria, and you have a healthy dinner that does include a protein at mealtime, and definitely need to be drinking a lot of water while you're on the detox. Some people like to add our aloe vera plus because day 2, you do tend to be a little uncomfortable, and I would highly recommend day 2 that you don't go anywhere. shouldn't be driving or grocery shopping or shopping at all. You need to be near a bathroom because you do eliminate quite a bit. And there's a bit of discomfort, almost like a cramping kind of feeling, which is completely normal because you're getting rid of toxins, right? And so the aloe vera, you can sip a couple of ounces a day while you're doing your detox, just to kind of settle your stomach as well, because it does help with the soothing of the digestive system, again, including stress-induced discomfort. And it's very calming, great for sleep as well, promoting healing and also balanced inflammation and stress. So it's infused with black tea, energizing Panax ginseng, soothing chamomile, and a hint of lemon. It's very, very refreshing. I'm actually having some right now mixed with our antioxidant drink called Trey, and it's so refreshing. I just love the flavor of this aloe. And it does have natural fructose for quick and sustained energy, and naturally occurring caffeine. So not a lot. And it's only 15 calories in 1.7 fluid ounces. So very, very little. Now, there's other detox drinks that you can make while you're doing your detox. And there's an actual Facebook page and a detox support group on Facebook as well, or an actual website as well, where people share recipes. They share different things that you can make, especially if you like being creative. And for me, because I do the detox of it every 3 or 4 months, I like to try different things just to kind of shake it up a little bit. And you're literally eating lots of fruits and veggies. I always tell people, be prepared. Do all your grocery shopping the day before. Wash all your fruits and vegetables. I wash it all in our light duty cleaner, LDC, to take off all the chemical sprays that they spray on your food. And you're eating non-starchy vegetables and fruits. Okay, so no bananas, no potatoes, no mangoes. So those are the things that you stay away from while you're doing your detox. And I like to prep a big fruit salad because what's really nice about the detox, you're eating all day. You can eat as much as you want. So you're not hungry on the detox. Sorry, excuse me. And I love a fruit salad because it's fresh. It's in the fridge, ready to go. I just kind of, take a cup throughout the day, and I just kind of munch on that. And this fruit salad can last you the 3 days if you make it big enough. Squeeze a little bit of lemon on the salad and a fruit salad, and it's just lovely. And then you can also make things fancy like zucchini bruschetta. You can make a organic avocado kale salad. And when you're making your salad dressings, you're not putting a lot of olive oil or fat. You're making your salad dressing, unfortunately, very bland. But that's just the detox. And just remember, it's only for the first 2 days. You do squeeze a little bit of lemon or lime, garlic, basil. You can chop up. You can put a little bit of stevia if you want a little bit of sweetness to your salad, pinch of salt. And you can put a little bit of olive oil, but very, very little. Or I would even recommend avocado oil instead of olive oil. But again, just very, very little. You don't want to be adding a lot of fat. You can make a beautiful coleslaw with cabbage and tomato, onion, lots of cilantro. I love cilantro. Or if you don't like cilantro, you can use parsley. There's so many different herbs that you can use that are very detoxifying. And then lightly grilled veggies with herbs and lemon. So just remember, most of your foods are raw and some are lightly steamed, and you can have a salad. But just try to make your vegetables during the day raw. You need a lot of roughage. And again, don't eat a little bit, because this detox, the food is what's causing things to start moving, to start cleansing and detoxifying your body. So you're literally eating a lot of fruits and vegetables for the first 2 days all day. And then day 3, which is I have dreams about the night before on day 2, before you go to bed. You're so looking forward to that Neolife shake. I usually put it in a big wine glass because I treasure that protein shake on day 3. Or you can have it simple, plain, just shake it with water and ice and drink it like you see there with the chocolate. It still tastes absolutely fantastic, but I like to put a lot of frozen berries and spinach and make a really, really thick, hearty breakfast. So whatever you have time for, that's what's so wonderful about the Neolife shake. It tastes great both ways. And then dinner, day 3, a salad, baked sweet potato, steamed green beans, grilled tuna or salmon or chicken. So you're having your protein with your vegetables steamed and your raw salad. So this is day 3. And then day 4, what's really neat is it kind of, this whole system sets your body, resets your gut flora. Okay. Because your body is a finely tuned vehicle. Give it good fuel and it will take you places. When you start putting your body these good nutrients, the cravings go away. You feel amazing. But what I would like to listen to now is Dr. Todd Miller talking about macros, because this is something that I started to do. I started to increase some of my protein and also good carbohydrates. And the difference in my body composition over the last 5 or 6 months has been amazing. So this is Dr. Todd Miller just sharing a little bit about macros, especially if you haven't heard. I've heard about this term before, but I really didn't understand what it meant. And he does a great job explaining it. So here's Dr. Todd Miller. He's part of our scientific advisory board.
Hey everybody, I'm Todd Miller, and today I'm going to talk to you about macronutrients. Now, you may have heard the term macros and wondered, what is everybody talking about when they're talking about macros? So, anything that you put in your mouth, eat or drink that contains calories is a macronutrient. And specifically, we're talking about protein, fat, carbs, and alcohol. Now, micronutrients are things like vitamins and minerals, things that are critical for the diet and critical for optimal health, but they don't contain any calories, okay? Now, one of the things we often ask ourselves is there an optimal range for what these macronutrients should be? You know, how much fat, protein, and carbs should I actually eat? And I'm going to put up a table here. This table is from the Institute of Medicine, and this is representation of what's called the AMDR, the Acceptable Macronutrient Distribution Ranges. And this is what percentage of your calories should come from protein, fat, and carb. And we can see that for fat, we should be eating about 20 to 30% of our calories from fat. For carbohydrate, about 45 to 65%, and then protein between 10 and 35%. And you may ask yourself, are all of these macronutrients pretty much equal? And the answer to that is no. As you can see on the left-hand side, we have the calorie content for each gram of these macronutrients, and you can see that fat contains 9 calories per gram, while protein and carbs both contain 4 calories per gram. So fat is a much more concentrated source of calories. You know, a handful of nuts is going to have more calories than a handful of grapes, right? So when it comes to what these intakes should be, these are what those recommendations are. Now, many people will say, well, do these recommendations change when we try to lose weight? And we're going to talk about macronutrients in the context of optimizing body composition, which often includes weight loss, okay? So I believe that of these 3 macronutrients, of protein, fat, and carbs, protein is really the most important. And the reason for this is that carbohydrate and fat are used as fuel. They're used to fuel the body. Protein is not. And let me give you an example or an analogy of what I'm talking about. Let's look at skeletal muscle. So skeletal muscle is basically the muscles that move you around. If we think of skeletal muscle sort of like a construction site, where the muscle itself is a big brick building, and that big brick building is being assembled by workers. And if we think about muscle, we can think of the bricks as being protein and think about carbs and fat as being the workers. So muscle is constantly being broken down and it's constantly being synthesized. And whatever your muscle mass is basically the sum of the synthesis rates and the breakdown rates. So protein itself, basically, we eat dietary protein, it gets broken down into amino acids, and those amino acids act as the bricks that are being reassembled to produce new muscle protein. And again, carbs and fat provide the energy that allows that work to happen. So we don't want protein to be used as fuel. The body can use protein as fuel, but it really doesn't like to, and we really don't want that to happen, okay? So imagine that we have our construction site and imagine there's a strike. And now there's not as many bricks being delivered to the construction site, right? This is similar to what happens when we go on a diet. We go on a diet, we start decreasing the amount of food that we're eating. And if we decrease the amount of protein that we're eating enough, now the building materials that are necessary to maintain our muscle mass are not there in adequate amounts. So now our protein, our carbs and our fat are still going to build the building. They're still going to break down muscle and they're still going to build new muscle. But if the amount of protein coming in is less than the amount of protein that's being broken down, you're going to end up with muscle loss. And this is a very common thing that happens when people attempt to diet and lose weight. They lose a bunch of muscle. And this is really the kiss of death when it comes to dieting, because one of the primary predictors for whether or not you regain your weight after you lose it is how much of your weight loss came from muscle. So the more muscle you lose during a weight loss intervention, the more likely you are to gain that weight back, okay? And the more likely you are to have even more fat than when you first started. And that's for reasons beyond the scope of this. But the point is, when you are calorie restricting for the purposes of losing weight, it's very important that you increase the protein intake to account for this. Another thing that leads to greater protein requirements is exercise, especially resistance training exercise. So if you are decreasing your caloric intake for the purpose of losing fat weight, and you are increasing your weight training for the purpose of maintaining muscle, which is what we recommend, in that situation, you definitely need to increase your protein, because you have two things working against you. You have resistance training, which requires a higher protein intake, and you have caloric restriction, which requires a higher protein intake. Also, resist the urge to cut carbs when dieting. The body really likes to burn carbohydrate, especially the brain. And if you don't give the body enough carbohydrate, the body will make carbohydrate from dietary protein that you're eating. So you can see that this could be another potential problem. If you're dieting and your carbohydrate intake is also too low, then some of the protein that you're eating can potentially be converted to carbohydrate, which even further limits the amount of protein that's available for maintaining the muscle mass. And when we lose muscle mass during weight loss, we run the risk of our metabolism slowing, which leads to fewer calories burned per unit of time and fewer calories burned throughout the day, which makes it more difficult for us to stay in a calorie deficit and lose fat weight. So when you are trying to lose weight, remember, try and keep your calorie restrictions relatively small. You don't need to be cutting to 1,500 calories a day. Keep your calorie restrictions small, and make sure that with respect to protein intake, you're staying as close to that 35% of calories from protein as possible. And that will ensure that you're doing everything you can to make sure that your metabolism is running healthy and that you are preventing muscle loss during dieting. Thank
Did that make sense, guys? On escape. Up here, there we go. So when I was looking at, a lot of people think, oh, carbohydrates, right? I mean, there's bad carbs, there's good carbs, right? So I made a list of some of the good carbs that, and these are the things that are healthy for us to eat, especially when you're looking at increasing your protein and also having a balance of those good carbohydrates, like things like quinoa. And if you're sensitive to any of these, don't eat the oats. Right? Go to the foods that you can digest. Like whether it be legumes and barley. One of my favorite is farro. That is one of the things that I do cook quite a bit, and I throw that in my salads. I use it like a barley. I can put it in soup, but it's great also to add to things as well. And with beans and lentils and vegetables are carbohydrates, blueberries are carbohydrates, right? So there's a variety of different things that you can be consuming to keep that metabolism going, because you're, like I said, as Dr. Todd Miller was saying, you're reducing your calories, but you want to make sure you're giving your body the right nutrients to keep you in that fat burning zone, right? So when you're looking at healthy, simple weight loss or weight management, you definitely want to put yourself in a fat burning zone and not losing that lean muscle. And that's what we're trying to really get everybody to focus on, because sometimes when you're cut out all these foods, you're not eating enough protein, you're losing your lean muscle mass. It could be showing that you're losing weight on the scale, but you just don't feel right. Your body doesn't, you're just not balanced. And then, and you gain the weight back very quickly. Okay. If you're not doing it right. And when you look at obesity, I mean, more than 2.1 billion people are now overweight or obese. That's a third of the world's population. Okay. And what's needed for success? Well, a sustained lifestyle change and an exercise and healthy eating and being mindful. So these are the things that, making a change. It's not just a fad where you go on this diet and then you go back to your old habits. Okay. It's making changes that are going to stick. Okay. Really, really important. And when you're looking at food and eating right, I mean, it's hard to get everything from your food. I mean, there was a study with over 21,000 people, not even one got just the 10 specific essential nutrients that they were looking for in the regular diet. And so supplementation is a part of our weight loss system, because we need to fill the gap as to what's missing. Okay, because like I said, we're reducing calories, we're cutting up food, we're eating more protein and some carbs, but supplementation is really important as well. But who do you trust? When you look at all the studies that have been out there, they have tested so many products. In this one study, they found hidden active ingredients that were unsafe or unstudied. The FDA, they found hidden drugs in nearly 50 dietary supplements sold on Amazon and eBay. So it's kind of scary. And when you look at Neolife, we make our supplements from whole food, not from natural sources, because natural could be anything from the earth, and all of our supplements are non-GMO. Everything's made from food that's not genetically modified. We stay within the human food chain, and we have scientists, and you heard from Dr. Todd Miller today. We heard from 5 of these at our summit in Vegas just the other day. This is where we get educated by doctors and scientists that work with the company to develop and manufacture and research the products. And Dr. Arthur First was the founding member of our scientific advisory board. He was one of the top cancer researchers in the world, top toxicologist in the world. He developed that beta guard. You remember that's part of the detox that pulls toxins out of your body. He's the man that developed that product. Absolutely incredible. And we hung out with him, early on in when I started my Neolife business, and he was at our conventions and he spoke to us and with us, and he was just an incredible soul. So we're so grateful that we have these team of scientists that we can talk to and spend time with. And the publications, the world's most prestigious peer-reviewed scientific journals, published in medical journals, third-party credibility, which is so important. So let's talk about the ultimate daily trio for total wellness. It's called Core 3. Your all-in-one health solutions for total wellness, weight management, and peak performance. It includes a multivitamin pack called Pro Vitality, our protein shake, and our energy drink. This, hands down, is an incredible program just to give you energy and to keep your the weight management under control. So the daily vitamin pack, Pro Vitality, helps with energy, antioxidant protection, your heart, immune strength, brain function, healthy joints, clear vision, youthful skin, hair, and nails. So it does contain vitamins and minerals, carotenoids, omega-3, phytolipids, and sterols. And again, it's for cellular energy and lifelong health. And this little packet is powerful. But that little fat green pill that you see in this picture, it contains the oil from grain. We call our refining of our grains the great grain robbery. Man has destroyed grain. We can no longer get good fats or good oils in any of our grain products, or wheat, or rice, or soy. They mill it all out because they want our foods to have a longer shelf life. And when they mill this oil out, our bread last week, our cereals last years, our pasta lasts forever, okay? And you're left with this kind of starch, protein, gluten product that so many people have sensitivities to. But Trianan grain concentrate is the first product that Neolife launched in 1958. This product is 66 years old, guys, and the formula has not changed. Texas A&M University, they proved by taking this product, your cells will absorb nutrients by 50% more. So if you have a great diet, could you imagine how much more your cells will absorb? Then there's your fruits and veggies. I mean, 13 servings a day is what we should be striving for. And it's hard to eat that many dark colored fruits and vegetables every single day. This one carotenoid that's in that little vitamin pack is like eating 80 pounds of raw fruits and vegetables after a month, in 1 month. And it's made from carrots, tomatoes, spinach, apricots, and peaches, and clinically proven to boost your immune system 37% in just 20 days. Then there's our omega-3, our salmon oil plus. Good salmon, clean fish, real fish, not anything fishy, not algae, no bottom feeders, good quality fish. Right now they are making fake fish oil. It's a #1 counterfeit nutritional supplement. Our salmon oil has all 8 omega-3, tested for 200 contaminants with zero tolerance, proven and published in clinical trials to reduce inflammation 68% in just 8 weeks and to reduce triglycerides by 17%. This is an incredible product. And that's the last little pill that's in that pack. Then when you add Elevate to this Core 3, our energy drink is incredible. It's delicious, nootropics, formulated with ingredients to boost physical energy, improve mental focus, support balanced mood, all while hydrating the body. Absolutely incredible. Tastes fantastic. It's good for you guys. It's not like some of these energy drinks that are causing emergency room visits, heart palpitations, none of that with Elevate. Now let's talk about coffee. Now, what's really funny is my son Luke, he says that he said he broke off with his coffee because he has Elevate in the morning now instead. So Elevate is his morning coffee. I'm not saying you have to quit drinking coffee, guys, because I enjoy my latte in the morning. But it's if you're doing too much, right? Or if you're just doing coffee and drinking coffee and having bagels or muffins or, carbohydrates with your coffee, with sugar, it's not good for you, especially for breakfast. You want to make sure you start your morning with a good quality breakfast, and protein is so important for weight loss. It keeps blood sugar in the glycemic control zone. It gives you energy, and it's just a great way for you to start your day. It's completely natural, tastes great, all 22 amino acids, branched chain amino acids, 5 grams of fiber. It has a glycemic control response. So when you're doing your detox, that's why when you add the Neolife shake on day 3, because your cravings are gone, this just continues that fat burning because it gets your blood sugar in that glycemic control zone and it keeps it there. So that's why it's an incredible protein shake. And it's a complete meal replacement as well. Whole food antioxidants, nothing artificial. Okay. Very, very important. And this product is safe for kids. It's easy to digest and 90% lactose free. So when you're looking at replacing 2 meals, this is another weight loss system that we have. You can either do 1 protein shake a day or 2 protein shakes a day. It depends on your journey. Depends on how much weight you have to lose. Depends on your goals. That's where we can talk and maybe decide what would be the best system for you. Okay. But guess what? You're not just living on protein shakes. You're eating in between. You're having that protein carb, like Todd Miller was talking about, important to have those carbohydrates. When you look at the mini meals, it's a combination of protein and carbs. Okay. And some mini meal suggestions: whole wheat pita with tuna, lettuce, tomato, and cheese. It could be a half a grapefruit with some cheese, cottage cheese and peaches. Today I had cottage cheese with green apple. Absolutely delicious. Boiled egg on whole wheat toast, cheese and tomato. 12 almonds, small with a little bit of a piece of fruit, nectarines. 3 slices of low-fat cheese with half an apple. Melted cheese and a whole wheat pita. Just some ideas, right? We even have a protein bar, a Neolife bar that is so delicious for if you're in a hurry and you don't have time to prepare some of these snacks. It could be 11 cashews. One of my faves, almond butter with apple. Absolutely delicious. So these are just some mini meal suggestions that you're having morning or afternoon in between your protein shakes. So Gabriella lost 30 pounds using that breakfast solution, okay, the Core 3, just doing one protein shake a day, but following the mini meals and eating a healthy lunch. Okay. But what's really nice about Gabriella, she's kept the weight off. Okay. This is so important. There's a lot of weight loss systems that work, but people gain the weight back. So when you start eating healthy and stay on this healthy path, easy to maintain. Okay. Now the Shape Up pack again is a little more aggressive. You need 4 bags of our protein because you're doing 2 protein shakes a day. So again, it just depends on your journey. For example, Carlos, he had 251 pounds that he lost in 26 months. He did it with doing 2 protein shakes a day. But guess what? No saggy skin. And that's the power of good quality protein and eating healthy throughout the day, not getting that saggy, loose, and losing lean muscle mass. And we have also Dakota, who did the weight loss, so 2 protein shakes a day. And we have Cheryl that did the weight loss system as well, doing 2 protein shakes a day, 77 pounds. So we have a system called NeoFit 90. And it combines the power of our products, motivation, and support to help you reach your fitness goals and your weight loss goals. It could be fitness. It could be, we've had people that just wanted to do a marathon or a triathlon just to get in better shape. It doesn't have to be just about weight loss. It could be just getting stronger. If you're very thin and slight and you just want to, be able to walk for an hour or do some stair climbing or rock climbing, or even do some push-ups. And that's hard for women to build that muscle, right? To be able to do push-ups, right? So this is something that core 3 can help you achieve even your fitness goals, not just your weight loss goals. So you're probably wondering, well, how do I get started? And how do I get a hold of these amazing products? Well, Neolife has a membership program, and it's free to become a member. And that gives you a 10% discount or a 20% discount on every order, no gimmicks. And you can also get your products for free. But before we go into the promoter level, I would love to have maybe some of our promoters that are on tonight or club members that are on tonight, maybe share maybe your journey on doing the detox, the 3-day detox. We have a few people that shared earlier that have done the detox. I'm going to pick on some of you. Who can unmute and share? Sean, I know you've done it. Are you able to share a little bit?
Yep. We did it, I think, a year ago. I got to do it again. It's just, I just haven't gotten to it, but I do want to do it again. I felt like when we did it, I lost probably maybe 5 pounds. I felt like a really clean, it's a weird way to say it, but I felt a really clean feeling. I felt like a refreshed, kind of clean, energetic, not sluggish feeling, like at the end, right? You have that kind of midday, like the day 2, not great. But after that, you kind of get that like energetic feeling after, and then you really want to just go for it. So I really enjoyed it. But I really want to say, eat a lot. I starved my poor husband because I only gave him like a regular portion of food. So he wasn't happy with the detox, but it was because I didn't feed him enough.
Yes,
And
yes.
as you were talking, he was like, "Mm." I'm like, I will feed you more next time. You have to have bigger portions. Like when Nada says eat a lot, eat a lot.
Yeah.
Eat as much as you want that day of the right foods.
Right, right. It's funny
Yeah.
you said that, Sean, because even my son Jack, who's 6 foot 6, he tried doing it
Yes.
too, and he was just like munching because he was, guys, they just didn't prepare enough, and he was eating raw celery, raw carrots, and a little bit of fruit here and there, and he was hungry. I said, "You're not eating enough." He was afraid to eat because I told him, "No, people don't understand. You can eat all day, just as long as
Yeah.
you're eating those fruits and vegetables, and you won't be hungry." So yeah, Michael definitely enjoy it the second time around.
Next
So
time, Mike, you'll enjoy it. He knows now.
awesome. Joni, I know you've done it a few times.
Yeah, one of the things I found is the mental clarity after, and of
Mhm.
course the energy, right? The huge energy. It took away the cravings from the foods that, the bad foods that you're not supposed to eat, right? And one of the things about the foods, you should do variety because just raw vegetables, it gets boring. It gets boring. You have to be creative. You can make some soups and different things. That kept me going. I needed something warm, right? So yeah,
Right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, me too. I would do more raw during the day, but at dinner I like to steam vegetables with like and have still have raw with like a salad, but I like to steam asparagus or with a bit of lemon. Yeah, I liked having something warm. And the soups, you're right, is a nice warm thing to have with your dinner. Awesome. Thank you so much. Anybody else have great success with the detox? And again, Joan is thin, so she didn't do it just to lose weight. Detoxing isn't just for weight loss. It's to get rid of toxins and to get your body healthy. It's great for your immune system. It's great to slow aging, right? Getting rid of toxins that are in your body, right? All right. Nobody else wants to share tonight?
How about Gina? Allison did the detox. Is she on?
Are they on? Oh, I don't see them. I thought she
I
was
can
on.
share.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I've done the detox a few times, actually, maybe 7 times. I do it like 3 times a year,
Yes.
3, 4 times a year. Um, but like Sean said, you just feel like you're clean.
Hmm.
So when I feel, sometimes I do it earlier than I've scheduled. I just because sometimes I may just feel like, oof, maybe I'm feeling a little bloated these days. Then
Yeah,
I'll change and I'll do it then. But it just makes me feel clean and
yeah,
fresh.
yeah. And
That's what the
what
detox
you
does for me. I lose a bit of weight,
yes.
but not much, not much.
And
Mhm.
and sometimes it's not, I tell people it's not just about weight loss. I always tell people to measure. You need to measure yourself because sometimes when you lose fat, and if like for myself, I don't lose a lot of weight during the detox, but I shrink. Because I'm lifting weights, right? I'm doing things that are also building up muscle or weight, but it's the body fat. And also, when you reset that gut flora, like so you understand what's happening, when you get rid of all that bad bacteria, that bacteria that's in your gut, when you walk by a donut, your mind is going, oh, I want that donut, I want that donut, right? Because that flora is the same. So when you get rid of that flora and you put in that good bacteria, you have an easier time saying no to the donut, if that makes sense, right? That's that gut brain signaling. It's the communication from your gut to your brain. So it really is a lot easier to say no to some of these foods. And an example is eating out and going to restaurants. I have no problems, saying no, I just want a salad with some chicken or some salmon or no rice. And I try not to go heavy on anything white, but you can still go out and have a great meal, right? And not have some of these things that are, on the avoid list. Okay. So yeah, enjoy, have fun while you're doing the weight loss. Do that detox either in the beginning or in the middle, or you could do it, even towards the end of your weight loss to give yourself a bit of a grand finale. Again, there's different ways that you can do this 3-day detox. So when I talked about the Pro Vitality or the Core 3, or the weight loss system, we have a referral program. If you get 3 people on any one of those systems, yours is free, which is pretty awesome. I have a lot of customers getting their shakes and their vitamins and now Elevate free, which is kind of nice. So that's just an option. That's if you decide to share. It's totally up to you. And then we have another a level called Promoter. And I'm going to be honest with you, when I first looked at this, it wasn't the business that drew me to the company. It was my health and my mom's health. But after a few years of working shift work and understanding what this company was really all about, I mean, I started the business. Where can you start the business for as little as $98? And that gives you a wholesale price. Because if you or someone really enjoys helping others, this business is impacting lives. The stories and the testimonials we get from people thanking us for introducing them to Neolife, it truly is very gratifying and very satisfying. It's just, I feel so blessed to be part of such an incredible company and great people. We have a lot of fun, and we do become almost like a big family. So if you want to join our family and impact lives, just reach out to the person that invited you and we can show you and guide you in that direction. And the support is absolutely incredible. So again, I'm going to thank you for joining us. If you just want to give the products a try at a member price, or you want a better discount and become a promoter, if you just want to learn more, join us on our Thursday night sessions. And every Tuesday, we just do a very basic introduction to the core 3 that we talked about. 30 minutes where you can bring guests to come learn more about who we are and what we do. So again, I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. And I will stop the recording if there's any other questions. So thank you again. Have a great evening.